Hi, everybody. We're back at Trey Bella today. This is our fourth week of our Bible study and life group we've been doing. We've got little Paris with us today. She's over to the side here enjoying a nice warm bottle. So, but we're glad to have a third lady with us today.
Yes.
I was thinking about this week, kind of in continuation to what we did on Friday, about God being able, and He can do. Is anything too hard for Him? When we talked about how nothing was too hard for Him,
Right.
and I was thinking about how God is truly able to take care of anything that we have going on, and how, we have to take it even further and say, okay, yes, He's able. He can do all things. Nothing's too hard for Him. But then we have to turn it around on ourselves and say, do I believe that He's able? And then, do I believe that He's able to do it and will do it for me?
Yes.
Will He take care of my circumstances? And sometimes I think we have to realize how big He is, And I even think sometimes about how, something may seem little to me, and I think, there are people with, much bigger problems than I have. Should I even bother with God with this? But God loves us so much that He wants us to come to Him with every little need that we have.
Yes.
And and that's exercising our faith. When we say, I'm going to ask God to do it, that's the first step in our faith, is saying, I'm going to take my need to Him.
Yes.
And then we have to rest in it. Rest in that. And, share about, you were talking earlier with me about that and how we rest in that peace.
Oh, yeah. Probably a few years ago, more this year, I think I've kind of grown to, it clicked kind of, and I may have talked about this in previous ones, that I always tried to handle things myself.
Yes.
And would be so stressed and have so much anxiety. And when things are going wrong, it seemed like everything was going wrong at different times. And throughout our lives, we're always going to have stress.
Yeah.
If you don't have stress, then you're dead.
That's exactly right.
So there's always
we
going
live
to
in
be
an imperfect world.
Right. There's
Yes.
always going to be family conflicts. You're always going to have marital challenges, challenges with their children, and some people have extra challenges, different things. But I used to be so upset and so stressed, and I would pray to God, but I was praying, God, fix this. God, please help me, and it kind of registered, I think, more this year of like, that's me saying that to Him is okay, but it's also like that I don't think that I wasn't even thinking the thought process of, do I think God can fix this? Why am I so upset? I'm spending all my time wearing myself down and weakening myself. The devil is wearing me down.
Yes.
I can't be at my best.
You're allowing it to affect you that much.
Right, and it was weakening my spirit. And I was thinking, as a Christian, I'm walking around and saying, have faith. But here I am, so worried. I'm sure some people were like, well, if she's a Christian, why is she so worried? The kids said that because that's how I was, but it kind of just hit me and I kept, that term, have rest in Him. And just resting in God. And, it's kind of actually like laying down, I even think about, just laying down in Jesus' lap, your head in His lap, and having rest in Him and a peace to know that He is going to take care of it. That I cannot change the circumstances, but have faith. And I also learned that, and I see it happen now, that I kind of had that light bulb go off. And He's going to keep presenting you with the same challenges until you let it go.
Yes.
Because He's going to,
I'm hard-headed too sometimes.
Yes, and so I can always hear Him say kind of, and I think back too of the same stuff, and a lot of mine was, I always wanted to address people who offended me immediately, and or my children, or protecting them. And sometimes I think it's necessary, you protect your children, or to draw a boundary with people who may be abusive or harassing you. But at the same time, you have to figure out what's worth saying. Is it for protection, or is it just I'm offended? So that was a big step for me, because I'd be like, I don't take no crap, and I will tell them.
Oh yeah.
But that kept me so upset and so anxious. But having rest in, that He will take care of it, and as I said, and had said earlier, that He will present you with the same challenges. And I see so many of my friends now, and I can think back about different people probably saying things to me about having faith and not be so stressed
People were
out.
giving you advice.
Right, but I didn't want to hear that because I was thinking, you don't know my situation. You
That's
don't
right.
know when it comes to your child.
Yeah.
But God did know, and some people, and maybe God was using them to tell me, Misty, chill out
Mhm.
and have faith.
Mhm.
But I was so offending God by not having faith in Him.
Mhm.
And so when I look back, I think, I do think God is a big God. He created this heaven and earth.
Absolutely.
He can heal people. He does. Some things happen that we don't know why they happen.
Sure.
But I think, how could I not have faith in Him? I do
Yes.
believe in God, so it kind of just clicked, saying to myself, Misty, how could you not have faith in Him? And so now, even today, I still have some of the same stressors, but I don't have the same stress feeling
Yeah.
because I have rest and peace
You don't have
in
the
Him.
human reaction that you used
Right.
to have. Yeah.
Right.
You don't let your emotions take control of you.
Right,
Yeah.
because I know in the end it will be stressful, and even when it gets to the point like I want to scream or tell somebody off, I know that, or I'm worried about something, that in the end, when I get through this, if I just pray and stay faithful, no matter what the outcome is, that there will be an end to it.
Yes.
And having faith in Him, and it is called, I think I said it last time, a leap of faith or a
Mhm.
stepping out in faith.
Mhm. Yes.
And that's what we have to do.
Absolutely.
And it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. I think, like you were talking, how we can tell other people, that God is able, but in our circumstance,
Mhm.